Katie Ann. I'm an elite core athlete, and today I'm going to be training legs. So I will take you through some of my favorite movements. We're going to be starting with a quad dominant movement on pitch shark. So I'm going to jump to that first. The side of the pitch shark. I'm training with my husband. It's probably still going to be his warm-up weight, so I'm going to be adding some weight to the other side. Key for any sort of squat motion is making sure that you're staying neutral in your core and your spine. You're not hyperextending your spine. So when you think about doing this, you really want to think about bracing your core and keeping it neutral as you are driving your knees out and your hips back. So you're really creating space with that movement in your legs. So you want to make sure you're keeping a neutral spine. So we're adding more weight. This will be our first working set. So we've done warm-up sets so far. On this leg day, so sets of 12 for me. He used the same weight, so he did a few more repetitions. He'll probably go up in weight, but I'm gonna stay here. In the pump, we are on set number 3. I hit 12 reps that last set. So usually I push to right around 1 rep left in reserve on my set. So that is also called RPE, rate of perceived exertion, which is around a 9 RPE. So first 2 sets, push me. We'll see where this third one goes. Glute hamstring, hip thrust.
My favorite exercise.
Just did a primary quad. Now this is our primary glute hamstring. It's a hip, so it's not a hip hinge, it's a hip extension, but still really good for that lockout, especially if you're working on deadlift lockout. So glute strength, glute hamstring power. hip thrust variation. A lot smoother than just a hip thrust with a bar. Really allows you to get in a good position with your feet. I prefer to do higher repetitions on these to really focus on the glute and hamstring contractions. Otherwise, there's just more risk of injury and kind of getting funky with your midsection. So keeping these lighter, little lighter in control is usually my go-to. Get that booty right. Get that booty right.
You gotta crush that walnut.
Crush that walnut.
That visual, you like it?
Crack the walnut. Crack the walnut. Something you always gotta think about. Are you cracking the walnut with your glutes or not? So since my husband got 15 reps, I have to at least get 15, if not more. So I have to beat him. I have to beat him. Everything glute hamstring, I'm very competitive and I have to beat him, always.
Dangerous, she said, so. Yes, honey, I agree with you.
Leg extension. All right, so we did a little pivot and we moved from the leg extension to the leg curl because the way that this one is set up, it just was a little bit hard on my knees. So we're gonna wait for one of the other ones to open up. But in the meantime, we found this leg curl, the seated leg curl, and it's by far my favorite seated leg curl I've ever used. So it's a really good, I feel like such a good contraction of my hamstrings, which at times with seated leg curls, just the way that they're set up, it can be hard to really find that optimal position. Really like this one. So we're gonna do this one, then we're gonna head to the next exercise. Didn't pop in my leggings or in my joggers until this year, and I was like, that was my life goal achieved. All right, we pivoted to another leg extension, so we're gonna give this one a go. Today is going to be the glute ham raise, and we are modifying this because it's the last exercise in our leg day by using a PVC pipe. And a PVC pipe is a really good way to get some stability in this movement. You really make sure you're keeping your core neutral and your spine neutral, and especially if you're fatigued towards the end of a workout, it really helps give you just that extra stability that you might need. So we're doing as many reps as we can to burn out here and finish, and doing the ham raise of the glute ham raise. And my husband Jake is currently trying to figure out the settings that are right for him. All right, here we go. was a really good one. We loved being here at the Crusher Coliseum and just had a really great time, great atmosphere here. So we crushed it.
Crush it.